My Lifestyle by me, your professional tourist. Thank you so much for giving me your time. And thank you so much for being here and rocking with me because you know how I feel about loyalty. But anyway, before we get on to that, I have merch. Yes, your girl has merch. And this is one of the things that I do because, y'all, you just can't fight it. I'm a black traveler. It's going to be a black business. I got a lot of black apparel. This is how I feel. And me being able to be a person and us all being that person to take our black everywhere because you can't take it off just because you're in the United States. You black no matter where you go. So you got to learn how to navigate your life around stuff outside the United States because it's much different. It's much different being a black person outside the United States. We got t-shirts. We got our definition tees because they go with the test that you've all been taking because I know you have been. So it goes with the test to find out your travel type, which is vacationist or a traveler, and it has the ones for your travel personality. This isn't quite out yet. I'm still testing it out because I like to make sure that all of my products are good for you guys. This is more like a relaxed fit. I personally don't like relaxed fits, but I know a lot of people do. I like the fit t-shirt fit, so most of my t-shirts are gonna fit like this, which I love. They're unisex, so they're the same size for both of y'all, men's and women's. Y'all, I'm excited. Is this on? Okay. This is a secret just for you guys that are watching this episode because it'll let me know if people are actually watching the episode. You fill out the newsletter, which is on every single page of my website. You'll get a little treat. You'll get 10% off, okay? Y'all, I'm just starting off. Don't be like that. You got to support me first so that I can then start doing sales. But you'll get 10% off with the code because you'll get it in the newsletter. So go ahead and sign up for that newsletter. So you can get my gear where? On my website. Yes, we have a website now. It's travelismylifestyle.com. And I'm so excited because it's my blog. And I've been really excited to, start writing again. So when I was in school, I loved writing. I was really good at it. It's always been something that I don't really have to try hard for. And it was really easy for me to get all of my emotions and express myself when I write. So you can relate everything with links and everything in the blog post. And my blogs aren't that long. Now, if you're looking at my website on a mobile device, it has scrolling. It has scrolling. But what I have added is when you get down to the bottom, that's where the newsletter is. You press take me back to the top, and it'll take you back to the top. Because I hate when you be on websites on your mobile and it's scroll, 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 scroll. But I will say, my website, I designed it all by myself. I didn't outsource it. I didn't pay someone on Fiverr to do it. I did it myself. Go breathe. But with that being said, there might be some mistakes. So if you find any, let me know because you care, right? And today we're gonna get into talking about hotels versus vacation rentals. Yeah, that's what we're gonna call them, vacation rentals, because you know that we do different things. We have Airbnbs, we have VRBO. Is it called VRBO? Is it called Rubo? And it wasn't until recently where I saw that people really, really despise vacation rentals, and I'm just like, why? And when people want to vacation, they don't want to cook for themselves. They don't want to have to pick up the towels and stuff that they put on the floor. They want someone to come in and make their bed and clean up everything. Like that's what a trip is to them. It's a vacation where they don't do anything. But I've also learned, once again, my travel type is a traveler. Your girl is usually a vacation rental girl. And I'll tell you why. Me, I like to immerse myself when I go to places. So that's why I've always liked Airbnbs. And it always gave me the best for my money. Let's talk about resorts, y'all. Okay. So your girl is not a resort person. Why? Because all resorts are not created equal and you don't know until you get there and you spent all your fucking money. Like, I hate that. I just despise how I can go to a resort and have a horrible fucking time and I can't get none of my money back. Like, why? Like, reasons why I don't like resorts majority of the time. I say majority of the time because I have a couple of tidbits on some resorts that I really do love. I hate that I can't get drunk. It's very rare that Brittany can get drunk at a resort. I do have a high tolerance, but I feel like if I'm down and shot, pure liquor, I should feel something. Make it mad, okay? Make it mad. And I don't be feeling anything. So I don't like the food schedule. Your girl is a foodie. I be hungry. I want to eat. And the fact that I can basically just eat breakfast and an early lunch, and then like there's that big ass gap from like I don't know, 5 o'clock to 8 o'clock that I can't get no fucking food. But like room service that takes 2 hours because there's a million people on this resort. Like I don't like that. I don't like also too is that like sometimes the food is just nasty. Like have you ever been to a resort and the food is absolutely disgusting? Like I get it. I get that y'all got a lot of people. Y'all got to do a lot of taste. It's like cafeteria food when you're a little kid in elementary school. You know, everybody got allergic to something. People who don't like spices, whatever. But if I'm paying all this fucking money, this food better be banging. That's what I'm saying. Like, why am I spending all this money at an all inclusive and I still want to leave the resort and eat somewhere else? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. The resorts that I've been to, I feel like a prisoner. I feel like it's really fucking hard to leave. Like I have to sign out. I have to sign people in. People can't visit you. I be having people that I know all over the world, and to see them, it's a real big hassle. Or I've basically been told that they can't come on the property, and I'm just like, I don't get it. I don't get it. I'll tell you some of my resort experiences, okay? So the very first, I think, all inclusive I went to was in Puerto Plata. I think it was like the Princess something. I'll try to make sure I put the information scrolling right here. And we actually got it on Groupon. It was actually a really fucking great deal. I had a great time at the resort. I found some really interesting people. We bonded. I went off things. Actually, that was one night. Okay, we'll talk about that. So random story. When I was in Puerto Plata, we ended up kicking it with some people at the resort. We found a whole bunch of other black people, and you know how black people are when we see people, when we see us out and about, and there's not a lot of us. And so we started bonding. They were from DC, New York, and somewhere else. And then we ended up meeting this one guy who, let's just say, one of my friends was working it because he had money and he took us out to a club that night. We got a table, we're laughing, we're dancing, we're having a good time, and basically the club owner decided to play him, and he gave him the money because we remember seeing him give him the money. But towards the end of the night, when it was time to go, they were like he still had a balance, even though he should have had a balance. Let's just say when you in DR and places like that, you don't argue, you just get the fucking money because everybody walk around with AK-47. I don't know if that's the real gun, but it looked like something off of like a video game. The security guard came over with AK-47 and told us all to get in the car, and they drove us all with him to an ATM. Yeah, pretty fucking scary, but I was also kind of intoxicated. And I just kind of chucked it up as, you know, a travel experience. But that happened when I was in Puerto Plata. Going back to the resort, had a great time at the resort. The food was delicious. That was the first time I ever had Mama Juana, which is like Dominican Republic like drink. It's known for. Very delicious. Got some things for Mama Juana. I went horseback riding. The excursions weren't very expensive. They were correlating to the price differences that it is in DR, which I like. So that was a very good trip. Now, what I will say is that's why I don't be trusting those Groupon things. Is that the room we had was disgusting. It was like it was like an old timey room, not updated, nothing great. It was bad, but we were broke and we were not going to be in the room majority of the time, and so that's how we did it. Wasn't until like the second to last night that one of the girls I was with decided to throw a fit, and when they saw, I think they saw a bug or something, they decided to throw a fit, and we got to upgrade, and that was nice. They upgraded us to a suite, and it had two bathtubs, a jacuzzi, big ass bed. It was great. It was nice to be there for that last night in that nice place. But that was a resort that I actually enjoyed. I got messed up. I was drunk. The food was delicious, and the excursions and the people were great. I went to this resort in Jamaica. It was called the Palladium, I believe. I gotta get the full thing right coming on, but I hated it. I absolutely hated it. It was a beautiful property. Let me take that back. I didn't hate the Palladium, but what made it really like not fun was all the three things that I said. Was the liquor was watered down. I didn't get drunk not one night. The food was nasty. The only thing that was delicious was the omelet in the morning, and I think the whole resort knew it because every that omelet line was long. You had to get there early to get to an omelet. And then of course the jerk chicken, which is like this jerk chicken hunt that was only open for like an hour a day. And then the prison, like I just felt like it was a glorified prison because I had a homeboy that was in Jamaica, and they wouldn't let me see him. They wouldn't let me leave the resort, and they wouldn't let me see him. So that was weird. Oh, Dominican Republic got some good resorts, I guess. We went to the Mirage. I think that's what it's called, the Mirage. That place, that's what made me like resorts. Like if I can find a good resort, like that was a good resort. We had a butler. We had a really nice room. It was like a regular room, like nothing like super. I won't say super fancy because it was a luxury setting room. You know, really nice bathrooms, a bed, you know, a little couch area, balcony. But it had upstairs that had a rooftop jacuzzi. Okay, okay, it was great. But what I didn't like about that place, the only thing, that place, like literally, I would give it a 9.8. Seriously. The only thing I didn't like about that place was we were in the adults only. Adults only. I now don't like when adults only is not completely separate. There's some of these places that they trick you by saying adults only when really it's like this side is adults only, this side is everybody else, but we all go to the same stuff. The only thing I didn't like. Everything else was good. The food was really good. I was actually upset that I wasn't there longer to try out all the food. The service was really good. This guy, his name, he told me his name was Baby Jesus, and he made the best. I'm just gonna say it. To me, they were painkillers, but I cannot remember the name that they called it. It was good. We were probably fucked up every night we were there, so that is a very good resort. Then we have Hyatt Zilara, the Hyatt Ziva Rose Hall in Montego Bay. That is a good place. I stayed in the Zilara for my bachelorette party. And it was amazing. It was amazing. I love that place. The food is really good. The vibes are really good. I really like the people that I meet when I'm there. The beach area as well as the pool area is really nice. There's usually always something to do. Once again, there are times where I wish that I had some food, but it's kind of not as much there because I actually know how to get liquor now. I love that place. We recently went back last year for Carrie's birthday, and we stayed on the family side. And I would say the only difference really is that there's kids there. When we went for my bachelorette party, it was during COVID, and that's why we stayed on the family side this time because last time we went during COVID, there were kids over there. But this year, I guess now that everything's open, there were no kids over there. Like they weren't allowed at all. Like you weren't allowed in that resort if you were 18 and under. Well, I guess 17 and under. So that is a good stay. And so then we went to all inclusive in Cartagena, and that was doo doo. It was not my thing. Can't remember exactly what it's called. I have to look it up. I really don't remember because I absolutely hated it. I'll put it right here. We went to Cartagena in December. It was a great time to go, but I guess it's after the rainy season, and the hotel did sustain some damage from that. However, that's not my fault. That's not my fault. I paid for this. I should be getting a discount for the stuff that I'm not getting. The spa, I think, wasn't, they were doing some renovations and the spa wasn't done yet. So my friends had to, like, when they went to visit their spa, it was like in a regular hotel room with not even like the spa bed. So, like, your neck hurts because the way you're laying. The food was cold half the time we got it. I will say the liquor was hidden because they had cafeterias and I love those. And so that's what I ate. That's what I had majority of the time. Off the resort wasn't as hard, so I didn't feel like I was in a prison, but it was weird how they correlated. Like their taxi people were different, but their taxi people were rude. Like the taxis that we got while we were in the city center of Cartagena, they were nice. They were easy to deal with. They were easy to talk to. But the ones that the hotel situated for us, they were rude, and it was not it was not good. But it's just the fact that like when you call it a resort, when you call it all inclusive, I'm expecting up here, baby. I'm expecting up here. Why am I getting this kind of? If this is an all inclusive resort, the price all inclusive resort, and this is a regular hotel, why am I getting these amenities? Regular hotel amenities. Hell, sometimes it be down here. It shouldn't be like that. That's why I think it's a scam majority of the time. Me personally, I am down with the vacation rentals. However, we all know that they have been tripping with these fees and all these fucking rules since after COVID. And we know that all of the cities are like saying you can't do it anymore. That's becoming really, really, really hard. And so I don't think I've stayed in a vacation rental for a while, actually. I used to do it all the time. Vacation rentals are really good when you have groups. Like when you have really large groups and you want to keep everyone together, that's when vacation rentals are really good. These days, they're not really good if it's just two people because you could probably get as much as you want at a hotel. stayed in several vacation rentals when we were in Bali for our honeymoon. I still very much so like vacation rentals when you go overseas. Because again, I like to immerse myself. I like to be close to things. But I am starting to like hotels. You know why? Because I'm learning loyalty to different brands really helps you out in life. So for the most part, all of our hotels we've been staying at have been Marriott, and I like that I kind of just know what I'm going to get now. Like it's not like guessing. I know what it is. It's always elevated. It's always nice. And you know, when you become loyal to a brand, they remember you. I like it. I like feeling a little sweeted and bougie. So when it really comes with choosing if you're going to stay in a hotel or a vacation rental, there's a couple of things that I do to make sure that it's all, you know, good. And I talk about it in my blog that I posted on my website. Your girl is starting to learn to be loyal to these brands because these brands will be loyal to you in return. Did you know that airlines partner with a lot of vacation rentals? Airlines partner with a lot of hotel brands. And so if you learn what kind of airline you want to be on, loyalty you want to build with certain brands, it's usually like, an umbrella of things that you can get and do that you can build up to where it feels like you're actually working towards something. Let's talk about some questions. I asked y'all to give me some questions, and these are some that I came up with. Where is your favorite place that you have been? I don't have a favorite place. I have a couple of favorite places. I would say Bali, Barcelona, and New Orleans. Do you prefer to stay in one place or do you prefer to hop around? I prefer to hop around. I had a really good time when we were in Bali and we hopped around from like Ubud, Canggu, Uluwatu, I'm missing something. Seminyak, like things like that. But I also like when you go to places and you can just hop around to different areas. So when you go to, I don't know, like Seattle, I like going to Seattle because I usually am not staying in the downtown area, but there's places you can go to outside the downtown area, then you can drive to Tacoma, things like that. I do really enjoy hopping around and seeing stuff because, I mean, why not? Ah, someone asked, what do you find easier when traveling? Being loyal to a certain brand or just taking the lowest price? Honestly, right now it's loyalty. Me and my husband are enjoying the benefits of being loyal to certain brands right now. When I was broke and when I was just starting off traveling, yes, it was all about the low price. Like that was a no-brainer. But I am a different era of travel and I have a different travel lifestyle right now. And so I am more interested in building my loyalty with brands and getting my perks than I am the lowest price. If you like what you heard, if you like what you saw, make sure you go ahead and hit that follow button. If you liked anything, you had any questions, make sure you leave a comment. I don't bite. I'd love to hear what you had to say. I'd love to hear if you have any questions. Leave us a review. A review would be great if you're watching us on Apple, if you're watching us on Google, Amazon, Spotify. Leave us a review and let us know how I'm doing because I feel like I'm doing good, but y'all don't tell me. So that would be great. If you haven't already shared this, share this with some friends, share this with some family, share this with anyone on your timeline. Bring more people to us. If you haven't checked out, go ahead and go to travelersmylifestyle.com and you can buy the merch. Yes. Once again, I'm Greeny like the fire peony, your professional tourist, and this is my podcast, Travel of My Lifestyle. Hope you have a great day. Bye. But anyway, let's see if this mic works. I'm about to do a lot of talking.